Hey, good evening. This is Jupiter Exile, and we're getting back to our Civilization 6 run with Shaka of the Zulu. I've moved my camera down a bit on the feed because I realized I was blocking the all-important kind of yield listings, as well as some very vital information. So I'm gonna check and see where we're at with that. Okay, I'm giving you plenty of space to see that now. The only thing I seem to be covering up are some of the notifications on the right side, but you don't really need to look at those. And I need to remember what is going on. So we're playing Shaka. We've got a lot of cores, and I believe we recently got the technique for armies. So I'm trying to get that running up. I recall there was a military emergency that started up a war with Genghis Khan, and it looks like we are proceeding along that war. We are causing rebellions in Greece because they do not have enough. They don't have enough people to hold on to loyalty anymore. I'm trying to get out to sea from Argos. That's right. That's right. And it looks like I've got a few spare units that are running around. I remember I was trying to clear up a cuirassar that came in kind of behind my territory. My military strength is approximately 500 to Genghis Khan's 377, so we've got some decent tools in terms of that. Now Hattusa, I remember he took back from me, and then I recaptured again, and I'm working on that now. And it looks like right over here, he's got a cuirassar that's going to cause some trouble for me. So we're probably going to back this cannon corps back into safe territory while we try to bombard this unit down. And apart from that, looks like I was bombarding Pharsalos to a good extent. This unit is under decent threat from this cannoneer, who's labeled as the War Death. Jeez. Pharsalos I can work on to some extent because it is, what's the word? It's unwalled. I think I can move here and then get a shot on this cuirassar. I cannot. All right, so we just wasted that movement. Cool. All right. Let's see. In terms of development with builders, looks like I've got this. I've got 2 builders that are available right now. Okay, I've got amenities shortage in a lot of places, but I've got an entertainment complex coming up here. Looks like this is not actually on a farm. I need to go back and put a farm on that maze. Looks like it got broken somehow. And a lot of disasters. Okay, so he was working on getting a plantation up for these bananas. It's good. I remember I was struggling a lot with gold. Let's see. I think making an attack against this is a good idea to reduce its power, and with the promotion I'll be able to heal the unit a bit more. Knossos I see is not growing. That might be because it's got minus... Okay, no, it's actually at a food deficit. Ah, that's right. I was heading over here to repair this, to recover from a drought. And I need Napoleon to get into range, because Joan of Arc, I think, she applies up to industrial units. I think field cannons are considered an industrial unit. They're not newer than that, anyway. Cuirassar's moving up. And the Bombard Corps needs to be getting back in range if I'm going to do reasonable damage to cities. Okay. Right, let's see. Over here in Babanego, trying to get everything back under control all at once after spending like a week away from this running game. Okay, so we're very near the housing limit here in Babanego. The districts it has currently are a commercial hub and an Anaconda, which are here and here. It might be reasonable to put up a harbor here, but I can only get a little bit for the harbor. The production here is 20, which is not too bad. I haven't built an aqueduct here, and they're struggling with housing. I don't know why I can't build an... Okay, that's right. You can't do an aqueduct directly across a river. It doesn't let you. And I would lose a 5 food tile if I break this. They are currently harvesting the tile, and the food surplus here is less than 5. And they're also harvesting this tile, which is an important part of their production. Building the aqueduct gives them +2 housing. It's not the greatest. Let's see. I could build up lumber mills in these areas to increase the production in the city further. In terms of their actual land control, if this was a farm, it would get an adjacency bonus from these other two farms and do better. So I could maybe build a builder over here, and that could be useful. I do need to be getting some kind of district up, at least soonish. You know, if I swap control of this tile over, then I can put up a theater square, which will get a +2 adjacency from the entertainment complex. Or if I put an industrial zone there, it gets 1 from the strategic resource, and then it'll get an additional 1 for having 2 districts. Or I could get rid of this and put up a diplomatic quarter, which is an okay option, but as I recall, there are not a lot of relevant districts going on right now. Pericles is likely to drop out of the game because Pergamon is going to rebel in 4 turns. Ephesus, I don't know if I'll ever be able to make Ephesus drop because it will have a governor and it will be his capital, which gives a lot of loyalty boosts. But I can probably go in there and conquer it later without difficulty. Basically, though, the things that I get from a diplomatic quarter, envoys, and things like that are not very powerful. I've been bulldozing a lot of city-states. My culture income is nowhere near Genghis Khan's, and neither is my science. Maybe I just need a campus? That's a good argument for a campus. Babanego will theoretically get all of this within its cultural borders over time. Theoretically. They'll get amenities back from the entertainment complex after Quatakuza is done. I think the harbor is probably the simplest gain. Mostly because putting up the harbor doesn't deprive the city of a valuable tile. So that's where I'm going to wind up making that decision. Okay, I've got a spy in production, an armory over here. Can Knossos work any better by focusing on food? Yes and no. Okay. That's going to have some to do with their amenities issues. And the entertainment complex in Quatakuza is not going to reach out to Knossos, so that's just kind of a problem. And that's the way it's going to be. I think I don't have the surplus logistics promotion on Magnus. If I had that, I would be likelier to go with a food focus. Once they finish the armory, the extra production there, I think we'll make it so that I'm comfortable with using a food focus there. Okay. And that's the diplomatic visibility spy mission. We're going to keep doing that because that's allowing us to overcome. We were facing military penalties for disparate information. We're going to promote him for the health. Okay, that other cuirassor that was around here pulled back somewhere. I'm going to move Napoleon up onto this front line and link him with this field cannon. I believe I can. Okay, even if I move up the field cannon, I can't shoot through the jungle to hit his field cannon. So we're just going to be bombarding Pharsalos. Right. Knossos only has 3 people to do work anyway. I'm going to get this person back over here to work on that maze. That got finished. I could try to build up a farm triple for Hattusa. Or since Hattusa's working these tiles, I could put up a lumber mill to give it a better tile to work. got one build charge left on this builder. Oh, that needs repair. Let's get him over there. This is not a blocking tile, right? I don't know why I'm unable to make a ranged attack through this tile. Is it a hill? It's a hill, that's why. In that case, we'll move over to here, so that can also start making ranged attacks on Pharsalos. And I'm going to post this unit up here and get him stocked up. This unit is going to enable this pike and shot to become an army. And I need to work on building repairs here in Athens. Where's Fez located? Probably... Okay, Fez is located all the way over here. We're not going to worry about it. I think I will put in the extra 2 envoys so that Kumasi is still mine, and so that it takes some military action periodically against Mongolia. Let's keep Mongolia distracted as much as possible. And the bombard is going to keep marching in. That's going to take a while. So I've got 2 turns on an intelligence agency in Ulundi. Okay, yeah, naturally that unit died attacking in because these guys are super weak. We have access to military academies, which is very strong because of the Akanda. And with access to line infantry, that gives us some more like theoretical upgrades we can pull off. Okay, this pike and shot is going to try to take out this cannoneer. I think from here, that's not a river, so I can finish that off. It's the first kill in the radius of this great general, so good stuff. And this is my double shooting cannon, so now we bombard Pharsalos in earnest. Okay, I got access to my galley here. I think cartography needs to be in my short list. Shipyards are powerful, but I really need caravels. I'm going to put this unit on watch. I need the arena over here. Let's see, here in Ondini. They don't have farms here, so a watermill's not that valuable. The military academy over here, because of the Akanda, is a really valuable building. You got like 7 yields there, housing, a citizen slot. So we'll build a military academy there. Here in Argos, we could build another seafaring unit. I think that's probably our best idea. We really need to start getting a navy ready and identifying our threats across the pond. Now, it's possible, if we can kill everybody who's got a higher science score than we do, then we can try to pivot to science victory instead of going for total domination. Because total domination is difficult and exhausting. 100% production towards buildings in this district. We'll put our favor on the encampment for that. We have very little diplomatic favor, so we basically just have to go whichever way the wind blows for this. The AI likes to block amenities. I'm going to pick one at random. See if the AI feels like banning olives. Guessing a low chance. Okay, they banned diamonds and double on the city center buildings. So that can help us build walls and things in places. Whole lot of damage. Okay, attacking with that pike and core would lead it to die. This one will not, though. So I'm going to do that. And I'm actually going to start marching this guy up. And what I'm going to do is move over here and make this one into an army. This unit I'm going to use to take Pharsalos, which will upgrade him into an army because of our benefit. Let's see. This just finished the, like, spy building. I think military academy is definitely what we build over here. Repair the university. Okay. I think we want to go with either an upgrade on Reyna or with the surplus logistics on Magnus. Where's Reyna stationed? think I have her up here in Mundulov. So Reyna's a lot more exciting if... So basically, I can either give her the Harbor Master bonus, which is pretty handy, because her land acquisition foreign trade route benefit's not going to be very good. Does this place already have... We have for buildings. We've got the lighthouse, but that's it, because we haven't learned the other building that actually relies on the adjacency. So for now, I'm going to take the surplus logistics, which gives us a 20% food income in Magnus' city. This kind of upgrades Magnus from being a loyalty stick, which is how we've been using him, to being more meaningful. And now over here, we can change the focus on that. We lose some progress on the armory, but we really need Knossos to grow into something more meaningful over time. Okay, and now we can consider spying. I want to get spies starting up on Coupe, partially so that I can just so that I can expand my view. So I'm going to send him over to Opongo so I can just get more of a view over there. Got a Cuirassar over here. As I recall, I'm currently in the Golden Age that prevents my units from being... prevents my traders from being pillaged. I think this is my only musketman. So we'll take him to line infantry. And actually, you guys can become cavalry. I believe killing a unit with cavalry is a Eureka condition. So we're going to try and lock that in if we catch a unit off guard. Maybe this Cuirassar. So if I can just do one bombard there to weaken it. And then step this guy in for the Conquer, which will also upgrade him to an army. Awesome. We are theoretically facing rebellion here. So he can reach that tile. So I want to soften this unit up. And then we're going to come in for the cavalry kill. Which was not good for Eureka. Did I... Oh, it's good for the Eureka on a technology I already have. Oops, I think. Yeah, we're going to keep this, probably. It's got 2 districts. Definitely not liberating it to Greece. Pfft. Okay, let's see. I do think we'll have to move Magnus up. To Pharsalos. Yep. Looks like that zeroes out the loyalty. We have to make sure we keep somebody posted in the city. And they're going to need a monument. Which it looks like we can just buy for them from nothing. And we'll start repairing their raised stuff. They did have a builder that is still in the city. And we can start giving him orders to fix what we have broken soon. Okay. In terms of continuing on this war, the other cities that are left are walled and have more combat strength. I think we're not going to be able to push further until we learn how to use artillery instead of the feeble bombard. Check my unit strength in a moment.
Not all who wander.
Okay, with that, I need to get up 180 gold to change this this galley into a caravel. Let's see. Joan of Arc can retire and make me a relic. Not going to use her very much anymore. Yeah, the field cannon's ranged attack at 75 versus a possible Zanzibar's 86 with a defensive district as well. What I am going to do is get off some cheeky pillages, especially so long as I have cavalry units that make it pretty easy to do. Let's see. Post up a siege unit for the sake of that. And I'll delink him and have him move with the cavalry for now. I might need to undo that link in a bit. So I think that will slow the cavalry down. But whatever, it's fine for now. Okay, I need to get more field cannons up to build these into armies. I'll go ahead and get the mass production now. Okay, yeah, Greece lost control of Pergamon. In 10 turns, it'll flip to my control. They are gaining loyalty in Ephesus. which was expected. If I get a peace offer from Genghis Khan at this point, I'll probably take it, because I don't think I have short-term gains, really. Okay, Total War is very intriguing. But I don't think I can really afford to take it right now. No, I'll need a better government. Actually, I'm not getting very much out of Machiavellianism, because I'm just using the spies for vision. So let's try Total War here and see if we can get some really good pillages off. Actually, I'm going to use Total War over Inscription. We could go with Aesthetics. A plus 13 is really good. Let's see, what else can we do? We could go for Invention. I've got a few different workshops. I wish this displayed at the bottom, but the I've got an add-on that displays the yields for each of these, but it doesn't display anything for the ones that scale when you're having multiple buildings. Oh, I didn't notice that this gave Great Generals +2 movement. That's kind of cool. I'm actually short on amenities in a lot of places right now, so we're just going to go with Liberalism. And that should give us some very nice benefits. Okay, let's see. Move some line infantry up over here. And I see that line infantry is escorting a settler. That's very naughty. If I can yank a settler from him, I don't really have a distinct plan for that immediately. But my suspicion is we might have something to do with it. What the heck is the Maori doing over here? Those goofy Maori. Come to think of it, I should be conquering the Maori. If I can get out of war with Genghis Khan, I should be able to crush the Maori or finish off Pericles. Either one of those things is not very difficult for me to do. When was I last at war with Pericles? Not that long. Long enough ago that I can go back to war with him. I think I can take him out with one field cannon corps and maybe one military unit, and I can get this pike and shot to upgrade to being an army by performing that kill. This builder's on repair duty. This bombard is on fortification. Now let's see. This cavalry, I think I do need to decouple them so they get relevant movement. And we're going to start pillaging his stuff. Let's see. This is a hill, so Zanzibar can't bombard through it. So we're going to use that to pop in and out and just wreak havoc on his districts with that. Cavalry are pretty fast. I just want this unit to be in kind of a covering position in case he comes out with a cavalry unit. We don't really need the extra buildings from sewers. Medics might be useful. Frigates might be useful. Rangers. What are our later techs? I think we need access to steel for artillery very shortly. Looks like we only need one more thing for that. It's 3 musketmen for replaceable parts, and I'm already through with musketmen, so you can't get this Eureka once you've discovered line infantry. It's super annoying. Oh, square rigging is blocking industrialization. That's a really important technology. So we're going to go for industrialization, and then probably steel afterwards. Once we've gotten industrialization, we might change our game plan based on the availability of coal. Let's see, in terms of civics. I don't think there's any important cards from these. I'm not really using camps. Farms on hills is okay. I don't care about those benefits. The bonus for fishing boats is not big for us because we're not very coastal, but it's very easy for that to become relevant. Water parks are very useful. We would normally want to rush for mobilization, but we don't need to care because we're Zulu and we already have the benefits of mobilization. We would get the ability to make armadas, because I believe our benefits for the Zulu do not apply to boats. Conservation is naturally strong just because it gives you a bunch of envoys, but I don't actually need tons of envoys. Propaganda is very strong. I should be thinking about that. But this tier is looking at very, very long periods of time to acquire. In the short term, I think I need to be looking towards urbanization. So let's just grab the civil engineering as the prerequisite. We'll get a governor title along the way. Could get a 6th trade route over building a market here in Hattusa. We don't have farmable resources here, so this is just a +2. 5 turns for a +2 is still fairly good. Don't want to knock that. Might need more production here in Hattusa. The most effective way to gain that extra production is with a builder before anything else. I might be able to divert a builder over there and change that decision in a bit, but we'll figure that out later. Okay, Athens can build an aqueduct over here, but I don't need to in the short term. This can fill out a lot. Let's start up the field cannons from here. It's maybe not the ideal spot because we don't have an Iconda here. And we're just going to keep sitting on envoys. Actually, we can improve the usefulness of our consulates. And we're starting to build military academies, so this is getting close to valuable. So we'll do this. Okay, yeah. They did get a bombard off. All right. The city itself must also be on a hill. Keep renewing that. Oh, they've got a levied unit from Fez that I will pretty much just crush. I'll be positioning this unit over in the range of Ephesus. And he's going to continue repairs. He's going to continue pillaging. Is Zanzibar itself on a city? On a hill? Yeah, Zanzibar's on a hill. So it's going to be able to continue bombarding this unit regardless. And that's pretty fine. We're just going to move here. And I'll keep taking bombardments. And taking the stuff. This is also on a hill, so I guess I can start bombarding that city. We'll see if that matters or not. And this unit will move back so we can get it upgraded. Over here... Let's see. 2 turns for a granary or watermill are pretty tempting. Got the Iconda here. This is a good location for a commercial hub, I think. Let's twos. So I've got a campus all the way out over here. Do I even have a religion? No, religion is really not set in on this continent. No, all of my, I am completely faithless. Or rather, I have a lot of faith income, but no actual religion. This is a really long time for a military academy. I'm going to build a watermill first. We're just going to focus on the efficient buildings there for a bit. The lighthouse here is okay. Military academy is a bigger get. Next turn. I have to be aware of this trebuchet randomly being around because it might. Oh no, I do have a farm here. Wait, I thought I sent. Oh, this is an unrelated worker. This is somebody I lost track of. Let's see. I don't know how I have these tiles because they're very far away from any given city. Is there another? I don't remember any other city that was pillaged. Huh. Let's see. Sparta's not collecting this stone, so I could maybe build there. Sparta is collecting on other tiles that are weaker than that stone, Or I could step down here and build a farm, which would be a very, very good farm, because it'll complete another triangle. Well, it'll complete a diamond. Farm diamonds are even stronger than farm triangles. But, you know, it's more land to dedicate, so you gotta weigh whether or not it's worth it. Okay, so he got his line infantry upgraded to start doing some real damage to me there. Oh, they're losing loyalty again, but they're a long, long ways out from losing a meaningful amount. Okay. We'll pillage 800 gold in a turn, so we can kind of do that. And I'll just move up a pike and shot army over here. We can pillage more. This guy here, I'm gonna have to move back into safety. Yeah, if you could just not, that's great. Okay, I just got a lot of money. So what can we do with a bunch of cash? We could buy buildings or units with that kind of money, I think. Let's see. It's like on the level of maybe, because our units have gotten pretty expensive by now. Yeah, 900's not enough to buy a lot of things. But I could buy a market. And since I bought a market, I can buy a trader. So that's pretty good. Okay, Quatakuza finished its arena. We can think about maybe doing a theater square. I'm going to swap that tile back to see how good the theater square would be there. It's a +3. It's pretty reasonable. I believe the entertainment complex also gets another +1 for being adjacent to a theater square, but I don't remember. No, that's the benefit for the for another thing. Quatakuza's got 4 jungle tiles. I could build Chichen Itza here, or 4 rainforest tiles. That's a +8 to culture. No, that'll be a +6 culture and a +3 production, because the tile you build Chichen Itza on is no longer harvestable when you do that. Let's see. Holy Site's basically useless. Commercial Hub, I don't think I get enough out of at this point. The Government Plaza's over here. I could maybe put a district up over here. Benefit from this adjacency. I don't know what that would best be. I mean, I think I could put an Akonda up over there to try and bump the adjacency of the industrial zone. That's a thought. Because of the +2 gold and +1 science, it's like +8 gold and no, it's a 3 building chain. So it's about +6 gold and 3 science out of a fully built Akonda. We've already got a campus over here. What about a preserve? No, our amenity, our called? Our appeal is pretty trashy if we're only getting 3 housing. The Akonda is reasonably fast to build and can make the city better at building. I'm gonna go with the theater square. I think I am really gonna want to have the cultural option in the long term. Okay, that Megara flipped. That's why they're losing loyalty in Ephesus now. It's because that finished flipping. Okay, this unit has a promotion, and I can also have them take a step over, perform a pillage to gain full health. I'm going to keep having them circle around. We'll get their, we'll resolve their promotion shortly. Emplacement makes this a very good city bombarder, and we'll pillage with these units. I'm going to have this guy repair the niter mine. And this guy is just going to hang out until his support is close at hand. We'll start exploration over here. Build that farm. It's a very valuable farm. For now, I'll continue trading with him forcibly. Still cut that unit in half with a city bombard. If that has to cross the river, I can bombard it again, which might take it out. Which would be very, very funny. To build up that military academy. It's growing at a decent rate, so I'm not worried so much about the granary. We're going to repair the Gurdwara. Gurdwaras are actually a very good building. So I suppose I conquered enough to control Sikhism, right? No, it's the Mongolian religion. I don't want to spread the Mongolian faith on his behalf. Divine Inspiration and Gurdwaras are both pretty good. Pilgrimage, I think, is mediocre. Feed the World is very strong. Yeah, Feed the World is the kind of thing that would make me consider actually adopting the religion. And at this point, if I had choral music, I'd be able to... No, choral music. I was thinking... I'm not thinking of choral music. I'm thinking of something else. Hold on a moment. Didn't I take somebody else's... I thought I took... I thought I had taken the Greek great prophet and founded my own religion, but I guess not. I'm remembering something else. Maybe that happened in a different game.
The key words of violent economics
Industrialization. Along a river adjacent to an industrial district with a factory. So we need to get a factory up anyway. Let's see. As for this cavalry corps, we can make him an even better pillager. We lost suzerainty of Kumasi, and I don't have spare units, so we don't get to see... We lost vision on what is possibly another settler of theirs. If they go past Opongo, maybe we could see it. Keep attacking with this unit for the XP. Can get good damage here. Keep that up. Let's see. Just gonna do a listening post. Fix this. That's a mitigated flood. Cool, no problem. Ah, there's our access to coal. Get that done. Hey there, buddy. Formal war. We can go with a formal war because he's been denouncing us pretty repeatedly. It doesn't matter very much because he hates our guts anyway. But I'm just going to park this field cannon corps on the hill. Oh, there's where his great prophet is. Okay, it didn't allow me to take... You can't normally capture great units. Okay, so that makes sense. Actually, though, I should pop 1 or 2 apostles to check for possible apostle promotions. The chaplain promotion can help me out with unit healing. No. They're gonna probably upvote one of these. We'll see if Coupe wants to enter the war. That would be the only new thing. Okay. Looks like... Did they fail that? I guess they failed it. It's hilarious. What chumps? Okay. Nope. We'll just take Orator. I might put out another one. Why did you stop building this dam? You should finish building that dam. Okay. That's peculiar. Don't stop. I think something damaged the buildings over there, and I stopped building the dam for that reason. I might need to back up this field cannon and get it to heal. So I'm going to swap it out with this bombard, which is going to be better for the job anyway. Cool. We'll pillage this to heal. I'm going to park the cavalry here so that the cuirassier can't come out immediately and mess with the bombard. Over here, I don't have ocean resources to work on. I think I'm going to head over here and just build a quarry. Oh, privateers can bombard. Well, they can pillage off the coast. Once you get up to that point, they become the naval raider class, which includes privateers and later on submarines. That's annoying. Okay, here's the first person we have met. For our seafaring, he's willing to give 2 great works and cede Pharsalos to me. At this rate, though, if I push, I can get that much yields just out of raiding. Okay. Basil II of Rome. That is a fully developed Ikonda. What turn are we on? On turn 189. Forgot to check before. This will be a really long bit of work. I'm just going to put this guy to sleep, so I don't care. It is going to take a decent amount of bombarding, but we can bombard twice a turn, which is cool. The pike and shot can also theoretically make good attacks against this, but I can wait. It's fine. Ulundi is unable to grow. They've only got 1 food income right now. We can build up a factory here. We build a lot of factories. Thank you for coming up on over here. Looks like I've got 2 things that need to be repaired. So the builder is moving down here. I'm going to move him down further. And now I have people across the ocean that I can sell goods to and cut deals with and probably purchase luxury resources from, because I need those things to happen very badly to fix a lot of amenities problems. So this is going to wind up making everything across my empire more productive, and that's why scouting is important. You repair that. Okay, and now they have learned what kind of person I am by talking to my little compatriots over here.
Bolt actions speak louder than words.
Bolt actions speak louder than words. It's a cute little phrase. Okay, let's see. This guy is actually being bombarded by the city and by the encampment, which is no good. So I'm gonna make him take a step back. I kind of want to move this cavalry corps around and keep pillaging other stuff, just because it's going to wreak havoc in the city. This is still pillaged. I think I stood on that mine and forgot to repair it, which I do a lot. His rebellion is down to just 19 turns. Let's see, okay. Housing availability here is a little low. Good look to build a Colossus with a great lighthouse. This is our spot with a very fabulous theater square. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I think the next district I want to build here in Amungdalov is the aquatic center. And I can build the aquatic center right here because it also gives an adjacency bonus. So I'll swap that tile over when the time comes. And it's going to be pretty good. Does this place need? It's got +2 amenities. I could build an arena. Where is the No, it's already got an entertainment complex, so building that there, I don't know if it's any good. Ulundi does not have an entertainment complex, so this arena will work for Ulundi, so let's get that built. Well, actually, Ulundi is getting the bonus from Quatakuza. So this is only here for the sake of Umungduluvu and Nondakuku. These names. Blech. I'm going to butcher them. I know I'm already butchering them. Finish up military academies. They're very strong. Second verse, same as the first. Here in Pharsalos, which we are occupying, we're going to build ancient walls. It's got to be the most important thing. Wind up following it up with a granary, probably. Just the basics. It's about all you can get away with while you're conquering things like this. Okay, so in terms of the yields I can see on foreign rivals, they actually have lower yields than Genghis Khan. So Genghis Khan should continue to be my focus. I'm going to send an additional spy to Karakorum, and we're going to start trying to slow him down. Okay, so now we've got access to coal. I could get a second builder charge out here later. After I repair these, I'm gonna have him use a builder charge on that. I think it's his last charge. And that is our only other source of coal within our current borders. So once we've got those, that's where it's gonna sit. Coal mine and ironclad are the rules for steel. Caravel might be able to upgrade to ironclad, but I would need to have the ironclad tech, which comes out of steam power, which is a good reason to research steam power first. I'm actually going to do that. Yep. Grievances. I'm a warmonger. I get it. I know it. It's true. It's true. I admit it all. Okay, so over here, I believe now we just take the settler. Thank you. They did not know what they were actually doing with that unit. Just kind of meandered him about until he was ours. Just back him up, and he's going to fortify. This is a district that is in production. Yeah, it's a theater square that's being made. This unit, as I said before, we're going to run him around and pillage stuff. And it doesn't really matter what we pillage. I'm going to try to pillage all of the food sources out of this city. I want this caravel to stay reasonably local because I'm going to want to upgrade it to an ironclad. Discovered a tribal village here. So that would be a good reason to get out like a privateer. So, okay, we can do a privateer soon. I think I'm actually just going to have these guys build a privateer. 2 privateers gets us the Eureka for electricity, which will allow us to add hydroelectric dams at our dams. Hydroelectric dams are a really, really good building, surprising nobody. Repair that source of niter. Okay. No peace. Yeah, keep that going. We will keep the city of Pergamon that is turned over to my rule. the joining of a free city is always worth some good, nice era score. We can swap out this field cannon. So that this field cannon can return to slowly bombarding Zanzibar. I believe I need to decouple that unit. Attach him here, because I need to move this pike and shot army back out of here before they take more substantial damage. And this guy gonna keep pillaging. Let's see. The line infantry can move back here. The settler... Looks like I could cram one more city in here, but I don't think that's a very good city. I think I could I could put up a pretty good city over here, because that's a strong harbor. I might be able to do some trade shenanigans. Looks like we get a good farm there. Right, he's got... Doesn't matter. Let's see. I kind of want to finish this farm diamond here. Yeah, that looks pretty reasonable, so let's have him do that. Looks like I've got a couple other sources. I saw one other source of coal over there that I haven't acted on. Okay, in Pergamon. I could purchase something here. We need more food income here, so we're going to build a granary first. Actually, probably need to just purchase a builder here. So it looks like they've got about 3 fairly reasonable tiles they can develop on. They also have coal in Pergamon, which is pretty convenient. There's but there's a lumber mill on that coal instead of a mine. It's kind of annoying. These things happen sometimes. It's going to be a couple turns before we have the option of buying another privateer. Okay. Rebellion from Greece in 9 turns. If that city rebels, then Greece is out of the game.
But the crooked roads...
Boom. Boom. Yeah. Let's see. Still 3 turns away from that. We're going to move him back over so he can upgrade. You grab this first. Just heal. Okay, so notably he's got this Cuirassar over here at the ready. I'm going to kind of respect that threat. Move him back to heal. I'm going to get up that mine first. This unit is going to run around being a bastard. Grab colonialism. Let's see, in Atusa, an Ikonda's not a bad option because we might be able to use it to bombard into space we don't control and just be kind of a cheeky punk. But I can see we've also got a really nice little diamond of districts here. And we really want to preserve that and embrace it. Yeah, we can get a +3 industrial zone, and that's +3 before the coal becomes a mine. Mining the coal will actually improve that. So we're going to set that up. Governor title, I think we're going to go for the Harbor Master now. Reina. She's going to give us a bit of gold immediately, and it is the stepping stone for tax collector. She's going to give us at least 16 gold per turn, which is solid. Thank you, Alexander, for existing to buy my stuff. All of my ill-gotten gains. We'll set up that farm diamond. Quick combat there. Good for 5 XP on this caravel, though. And now he denounces us because he heard about us from the neighbors. Really nosy, bad-mouthing neighbors. Okay, you need to get over here. You're going to build that. Okay, this is the only other spot that Hattusa is harvesting right now that is not upgraded. could set up some lumber mills in Ondini to improve a lot of these tiles. Bombardment continues. Needs to stay stocky. 2 more turns before we can upgrade that to an ironclad for our Eureka. Village that. Village that. Pass the turn. He's back to exploring. Let's see. And I'm still saving up cash for a privateer. We've pillaged almost every tile for Zanzibar. No. I can keep harassing you right now. Do that mission. Very close. Ephesus's rebellion is still going to take a bit. This pike and shot army is fully healthy. So I could post them up near Zanzibar, but I'm not sure of the point until the ranged units are ready to go. I'm going to have them sit right about there for now. As for these guys, we'll move in here. Village this. And I think that's everything in the range of Zanzibar. So now we're going to run over here and start pillaging this stuff. It's not going to end. Bit of a mine. Our coal income's pretty good. Plantation. I want to get the factory up in Quatacusa first. I'm going to prioritize factories in a lot of places, so we've got a lot of factories on the way. Sparta was building me some units. Looks like Sparta should absolutely have an industrial zone right here. I think I was planning on that, but I needed to wait for their population to get high enough. Okay. It's a little disappointing that I haven't met any other city-states. So we still don't have anything new to do with envoys if we get any. Where does Athens actually have its industrial zone? I can't tell which of these is an industrial zone. It's here. It's here. This is the industrial zone. Okay. It's one away. If this industrial zone were right here, I could put an aqueduct here and give it a bonus. But I can't. That's the computer for you. So I've been building factories without thinking about it very much, but actually I need to be slowing down on this. For instance, the factory in Ulundi is actually going to provide factory benefits out to Quatacusa, so they don't need to build that. And the factory in Ondini is going to provide benefits to Hattusa. This is the Ondini factory. And the factory in Ondini is going to provide benefits to Sparta. Workshops are still fine. Although, does the coal power plant not care? See, this is for Athens, where the adjacency bonus of the industrial zone is very low. So I don't think I'm supposed to worry about a factory here. I think I should actually just keep getting these other units up and ready. So I'm going to put out a bombard here so that I can make my other bombard into an army. Here in Pharsalos, build up medieval walls. They can have more bombard strength. In Pergamon, we want a campus here in Pergamon because we've got a nice +3 campus. Pergamon's going to develop very nicely. Moving on. I think I should conquer Ephesus in 1 or 2 turns.
It is arguable whether the human...
Okay, there's steam power. Put a lumber mill here. Let's see. Okay. Once the bombard cannon core are healed up, I want to move back in and resume the bombardment of Zanzibar. Here, I need to select, first of all, the next technology. Upgrade this so we get the Eureka for steel. We're going to start researching steel. And then over here, we're going to chop a couple of We're going to chop a lot of time off of steel. Yeah. One movement per pillage is really crazy. Okay. This is our second spy in the same city. I'm going to gain sources because I don't have that boost running right now. I'm going to have this unit hang out for a moment. I believe that's a capture. That takes Greece out of the game. And that also upgraded us to an army, which is pretty cool. And I will get that guy into that army in just a moment. Get a mine up over there. Final foreign city taken. Congrats. Get that repair. You can repeat that route. Keep the city of Ephesus. Build up a monument. I would normally buy the monument, but instead I'm coming over here because we are going to buy a privateer. The bought privateer and the built privateer together will give us the Eureka on electricity. Okay, people don't want to buy things from us anymore. So they might have realized we're an asshole. And there's the discovery of steel.
Remember that politics, colonialism, imperialism.
We're going to keep up total war. Oh, colonial taxes is starting to give us some benefits because some of the things we've taken are not on our original continent. Very interesting. We can't make use of native conquest right now. We're not that far ahead. It was a shame to stop using veterancy. It's still very strong. 17 for Merchant Confederacy versus 16 total yields from Raj, decreasing our gold but increasing some other yields. Huh. Starting to think about some of these instead of Merchant Confederacy. This unit becomes an army, so we have a field cannon army. Hilarious. Repair. Ingala was neutralized in Quatacuza. That's a good sign that we're going to need to have a spy on defense in Quatacuza. I want to put a lumber mill in Ondini. And a lumber mill here. Let's bombard core. I need oil for artillery. That's right, that's right. Okay. So I figured that out, but I think we don't have access to oil yet, so I need refining. Okay. That I don't have oil, this is a little worse, but we are going to resume the bombardment of Zanzibar. Moving in units. We will finish pillaging that building, absolutely. And then I'm going to run over here to start pillaging another one of his campuses. I want natural history for access to water parks. We can start building our first coal power plant. Actually, I want this canal. This will make Ulundi able to assist with building coastal stuff. It looks like Undini qualifies for Ruhr Valley. Let's see. Got, I think, just one quarry here, which makes for not the most interesting Ruhr Valley. Okay, so it was worth thinking about. Probably not very good. Oh. We're going to build a coal power plant in Undini. That's a hilarious amount of adjacency. Yeah, these are our highest adjacency industrial zones, so it's pretty relevant. I'm still not going to try to sway Fez, I don't think. Okay, so Olundi and Ondini are now power draws that are currently unpowered. Building an electric dam in Quadakuza can power Ondini, I believe. So Gala's neutralized for a bit. Oh, they finally showed up with some units. I hate that they put up this prompt automatically during their turn, which prevents you from looking at the military situation that may have evolved. Keep putting up more zones. All right. Start moving him up. Okay. I think this cavalry is boned. Because even if I put him out over here, I think he gets taken out by a bombardment from Zanzibar. There is one possibility. So if I move to there, if I have movement left, I already pillaged this. Well, yep. Okay. He's probably dead either way. So I should have gone for the pillage and just let him die in that case. I was debating on that. Well, anyway. Yeah, 77 versus the 92 defenses, so finish those repairs. Not super valuable. We're still not ahead. Despite our pillaging, we're still not ahead of Genghis Khan's science output. I might not mind putting up a Colossus here. Perhaps Tour de Belém, if we had more things on that weren't on the home continent. We could actually just put out a settler from here. It's not a bad idea. So this continent that I was eyeballing is an occupied continent, and the Macedonians are utter failures for not having gotten this goody hut. We'll see if we can snap it up. I think I'm going to build just a lighthouse and shipyard over here. If for no other reason, then it will allow me to build... that's going to allow me to build armadas directly. Let's start exploring with this ironclad. A lot of noise from that ironclad. I think it's a bit bugged. We're gonna knock out barbarians with this caravel, get some free XP. So Mansa Musa really appreciates our stockpile of religion. Okay, these guys all moved up to try and show me what's what. But I'm not sure if they realize that my units are largely pikemen. So, you know, the fact that they are the Mongolians is not working out super well for them. Also looks like I managed to run away with this cavalry corps because they dedicated their bombardment from the city for targeting my cannon. And I did lose a powerful cannon. That's a shame. Get him over there on that. It's like we are maybe falling to a dark age. That sucks. to eliminate a player and then possibly end up in a dark age afterwards is pretty lame. Okay, so we don't have a special action that produces more era score for us. How much until the next turn? I can't tell. It's always really bad from the interface to see when the next era is going to be. Eras don't actually move on at like a reliable timestamp. They move on based on the progress of like technology and things like that. I believe I learned about steel, right? Okay, so we can start laying railroad. Railroads between cities will get me some era score the first time I do it. And I'll get some extra trade value out of it too, theoretically, but that's not a very important part of my empire. Let's see. We're on the water. Got those units. Upgrade that. I have enough to buy more guys. I haven't learned conservation. I'll buy that just because. Maybe a couple of them if necessary. Buy the lighthouse, but it's not exciting. They're finishing the arena. I can't afford the shipyard. I could buy a second military engineer to speed up laying railroads. Railroads are pretty relevant for me to get going, just tactically, so that I can reinforce the front lines more easily. Especially now that these punks are actually fighting back now. Well, to an extent. Okay. The safety of my units is paramount. Our route to success in warfare mostly has to do with not needing to repurchase the same units. You can get movement because that's an exploratory unit. Let's see. A granary is a very good idea at this point, but we're going to need to produce something more. I think a commercial hub is actually the best bet here. This is at a +3 because I own Chichen Itza. Not Chichen Itza. I own Machu Picchu. Okay, whatever. It's jerking me around. Put up the shipyard here just to make the yields pretty hilarious. Okay. As I was saying. Next thing I want to do here... Do not have a good option for a preserve. I think I can still sneak cavalry into his territory for substantial gains. Just gonna post this unit up right over here. Can I get useful pillages here in Megara? I don't think so. Okay, there is first railroad connection, +2 era score. Okay, so I'd like to get another 2 era score. Let's see. Just buy Gustav Eiffel. Just good for +1 era score. And momentarily we'll select a wonder for him to help me complete. And we'll try and lock in that wonder very quickly to get more error score out of that. Looks like we've got some stuff damaged by drought that I'll want to fix. He's going to keep building railroad. Coastal raid on this. Pick up the goody hut. We have met Mohenjo-Daro. Lock in some envoys there. If I can meet another civilization, we'll get +1 error score out of that, and that'll get us out of the Dark Age and into a normal age. Here, where I was making a very difficult decision. We've got 1, 2, 4 available rainforest tiles. Possibly 6, 7. This is kind of a reasonable spot to build Chichen Itza. Let's go for it. Let's do Chichen Itza. And we'll put Chichen Itza over here. And move him over there to finish that up. Pharsalos, I think, is going to build us some military units. I want more cavalry. We want a granary here and possibly a watermill. Move some cavalry up on Wolin. He's having a fine time fielding armies now. So our benefit for being Shaka is kind of wearing down at this point. We'll coastal raid that next turn. Goes back to exploring. Hopefully he'll find somebody. Put up the shipyard in Babanego. We will found that city. That message, other civilizations look on in awe, I believe is because that city was found with a very high appeal. Which I didn't see coming, so that's pretty cool. We'll post up an immediate monument granary to get this city really kickstarted. And we'll start work on the harbor right here. It's going to be a +4 harbor, which is pretty cool. That is actually a kudos from Alexander. He appreciates our warmongering. We do have the highest military strength in the world currently.
Engineering is the art of directing the great sources.
Okay, we'll renew that mission. Finding complete. There's the boost in electricity. All right. Let's see. Go combustion, try and get tanks, which is a cavalry upgrade. It's a little difficult. And that's a heavy cavalry upgrade. So I'm not actually fielding any cuirassiers at the moment, so that's difficult to make use of. It also consumes oil. Offshore, offshore, onshore. Okay, because I've built a wonder on top of this, that's automatically going to start giving me oil. So I've got access to that oil. Refining, electricity, Pingala's back online. Okay, I think I want electricity first. So I can start on hydroelectric dams. It's either that or tanks. Tanks have a strength of 85. tank army might be able to take out some of these cities I'm struggling with. What are my other unit upgrades? Problem is I need AT crews, which are here under chemistry. We're not going to be able to boost chemistry. It also requires replaceable parts and sanitation. Okay. I think I'm going to go for electricity for infrastructure, then I'll go combustion immediately afterwards, and we just have to build cavalry and deal with it. Get some construction done. I'm going to have these guys come over here. Looks like I might be able to settle on some of that stuff. Okay, Karakorum looks like it moved some units out to harass me or to go after Wolin. So I'm going to post some units up over here and start getting in some more cheeky villages.
Let me ask leave then.
Found the Matterhorn. Okay, there's a good 2 settles on this village, on this area. From the looks of things. Ondini is no longer food positive, so we will do some things super quick. Nobody wants to buy the amber we've gotten. That's fine. Argos is not growing. Because they're mostly on plains. Okay. They just don't have a lot of food infrastructure. I'm going to build a cuirassor so we can start up on heavy cavalry. Buy a great rider, but there's not really any need. So the only person in the world that appears to be ahead of us in yields is Genghis Khan. It's an 8-player game. I have an awareness of 7 players because I took out 1 player. It's possible that another player was taken out by somebody else. Okay, so we have to be wary about whatever's going to show up over here. We'll mostly build Chichen Itza. Finish that soon. We need to wait for the drought to clear before we can fix this. I'm going to have him go to sleep for a bit. I'm going to get a glass of water and get right back to this. Okay, keeping on. I am having a difficulty taking more from them. I'm actually... No, I'm going to refuse this. I need to keep pillaging a lot of their holdings to hold them down. Oh, we're just going to smash this in to finish Chichen Itza. It looks like the drought stopped as well. So I think trying to siege Karakorum, or trying to bombard Karakorum, is very likely a bad idea. They could pop a unit out any moment. I don't want to be taking bombards from here for nothing. I could try and yank tech boosts from him. Try and snatch a tech boost. Okay. Just blow him up. Take that out. Keep barbarians under control. I didn't get the message when I found Alexander that I had found all of the nations of the world. At least I didn't see that message come up. So there should still be somebody to find somewhere. How is Corinth even arranged? Right, I should probably just build up an art museum. Okay, here I wanted to go for a theater square. It's going to have adjacency now to Chichen Itza. It's kind of neat. Yeah, the yields here are a lot more impressive in terms of culture now. Okay, I want to come down here and have you repair.
Organisms don't think of...
Located the Great Barrier Reef. That was not the last natural wonder to discover. There's still a lot of world that I haven't seen. There's at least a whole nother sieve that I haven't located after all. Hattusa has gained Eastern Orthodoxy. Byzantines, okay. What is... That's probably not even anything worthwhile.
Had I been
Enough
present at the
factories for
creation,
class struggle.
I would have given some useful hints for...
Okay, we can see antiquity sites now. There's a lot. The more war you conduct, the more antiquity sites you have access to. As a warmonger, we can actually get a lot of artifacts going. I'm going to go for conservation. Let's see. I want the zoo here for the +1 science on rainforests. Yeah, we'll take the zoo. Follow it up with the amphitheater. In Ondini, they can technically build the Panama Canal going to that lake. It's just not important to do. We should be building units over here. We can get this upgrade in. The artillery. It's the first time we've used oil for military. That artillery is just army, but that can be made. It's just a core, but it can be made into an army over here. We're going to build up a Cuirassier army that we can upgrade into an army of tanks. Workshop. And I want an archaeological museum. That is a weird visual bug. Huh. Alright. Oh, Fez is not the suzerain anymore. Okay. I'm not going to worry about allocating those envoys anytime soon, I don't think. There's one more charge left on Gustav Eiffel because I have the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus that gives an extra charge to all great engineers, as well as giving me a bundle of great engineering points. I'm going to park him... I need to park him somewhere. Let's see. The next thing I build, the next wonder I try to build, it would probably be best to build around Ondini. It's probably just going to be Ruhr Valley at Ondini. Seems like a good option. I can't build a well for this oil yet, because it requires plastics. It's like up over here. Pain in the neck. Get more coal. What's my coal per turn? I've got 12 coal per turn. I'm not even too concerned about that. Maybe the camp in Ephesus is a good idea. This guy was just handling repairs. I'll have him go replace that. Build up the coal. He's trading with Wolin. Get a lot more for this. Okay, this pike and shot is going to keep pillaging science. So I can stay kind of caught up. The gulf between myself and Mongolia is fairly handily reduced in terms of science output, but he's still markedly ahead of me. See, I can check the science world rankings to tell. Let's see, under science, I have 44 technologies. He's got 52. It's a pretty handy difference. This is the second privateer I got in.
If it weren't for electricity...
Okay, there we go. This is my famous raiding cavalry. Get so much nice pillaging done. Just gonna keep pillaging all sorts of stuff. Let's go ahead and work on Ruhr Valley here. Actually, need to put that ahead of the Cuirassier army so that it exists. Step over here, grant 7 turns off on that. Pretty good. Get that water resource. Take a peek over here. Here. There's that bombardment.
Here, the dark...
Giant's Causeway is still not the last natural wonder to find. And we'll grab Combustion. Got the Great Writer Faust.
As soon as you trust...
And popping that instant Great Admiral is going to lock us in for a Golden Age. Francis Drake. I can give you Niter. That's fine. It's a very old resource for me. Okay, looks like they threw down some more units to try and defend Karakorum from my relentless pillaging. Can I double down on my relentless pillaging? Boom! Boom! I think the answer is yes. So we will crunch a lot of these units. Let's see, relative power there is pretty nasty, but I'm just going to come over here and yoink that. And then I think the next thing that would be really nice is if Karakorum was a lot less productive. So I'll just pick up all that scientific progress. Move somewhere that has free space. Manage Great Works for a moment. I want to make sure that the palace is not holding a work of great writing, so that my generic slot is open for whatever I might need it for. I'm going to build another archaeological museum here. Keep up on that. Build a workshop here and then a bank. Watermill too. Matus is getting very productive, so we can throw in a lot of stuff. Destroyers and aircraft carriers. I'm going to need access to plastics pretty soon so that I can pick up these other 2 oil nodes. Otherwise, I'm not going to have enough oil to field a good military. I want to get Francis Drake out to meet up. Okay. They popped the line infantry here before I could finish taking that. Super fun. Okay, and there's Catherine, the last civilization to meet. Catherine has a stronger military than we do, and has the strongest cultural output in the world. So that's really something. The first turn we meet Catherine, we can sell some stuff to her, and she will actually agree with those things. Coupe has stopped denouncing us. He's only unfriendly. I think that's because he is very concerned about our existence. pretty sure he is afraid. Sparta's at the housing limit. And I don't think I have a means of fixing that until I learn about neighborhoods. So, actually not worry about conservation for a moment. Ah, okay. We'll take out 2 different units. That's no good. Right after I had said some things about not overextending. Guess what I did? Lost those units. I did not take care of them. I don't know why this military engineer is standing here. I think he got kicked out of wherever he was standing. Oh. We can coastal raid that out of existence. We'll form a fleet. Being our first fleet, that's going to give us an era score bonus. Got a promotion available because he's been cleaning up a lot of things. Looks like that's also actually the world's first fleet, which happens sometimes because the AI does not strongly prioritize those kinds of units. Okay, so I lost a cavalry corps over here, and I lost a pike and shot army as well. Pike and shot army is a cost of 2,250 gold. That's a lot of dosh. As expected, a cavalry army is coming in here to threaten to clean up my ranged unit as well. Need to back that the heck up. I think I want railroads between Hattusa and Pharsalos so I can more easily reinforce Pharsalos. So unfortunately, I need to remove this improvement before I can build up something, but I think removing the improvement alone is gonna be doing anything more. And there's how hilarious artillery is. Okay, I want Francis Drake to meet up with this ironclad. Okay. I'm gonna go for Heartbeat of Steam, I think. No, let's see. I'm gonna go with 2 arms so I can actually just turbo out military units. And we're gonna have to start doing that in a lot of places. Okay. We need a seaport here to be able to build fleet and armadas directly. Outside of the window for a moment. Oh yes, I've been doing a lot of pillaging. In Athens, I think we'll build the Anaconda. Build that over here. So not a very worthwhile tile normally. In Ephesus, build the university. Over here. I'm gonna bombard this just for the sake of unit experience. Okay. Let's see. Need a tank. Yeah, because they, I learned about tanks before they finished building the cuirassar that they were working on, so I won't have the cuirassar to upgrade. They'll just build the tank directly. They'll pivot on that, like that, if you, ever need them to. Still don't have the ability to upgrade that guy. He's building cavalry. I think more pike and shots right now is kind of a dead-end thing. You're gonna march right on up in here. Okay, interesting. He's gonna lose that unit. I will actually possibly enjoy participating in the World Fair for once because I'm bulldozing through major competitors. I'm gonna go with spies who are stealing tech boosts. I don't mind that. And we'll go with double value on militaristic. The AI is not going to go along with that. That's fine. And I'll go for losing diplomatic points on Catherine just because. Once again, our votes in World Congress really don't have an impact right now. Okay, fabricate scandal. She gains some points, and the World's Fair happened because it pretty much always happens. It's impossible to stop the AI from causing the World's Fair to happen. Right. You came over here, so whoa! Give me a break. Well, you got in range, so you might as well do it. The city's basically going to take out the field cannon now, I think. Sometimes that is pretty unclear. You're not supposed to be over here. I was trying to send a builder over here, and the wrong unit got selected. Ha! Alright. Build that mine. Found Vilnius. More money from coastal raids. Put 3 envoys in Vilnius. Okay, let's see. Fine. Put out an extra line infantry over here. Probably core up together. That's fine, Coupe. Yep, I lost that unit because it ran over there.
What I like about cities is that everything is king size. The beauty and the...
Okay, we've got some adjustments. I'm gonna throw this up here because it's a bit more obvious. I think I need to lock force modernization. I'm actually rebuilding a lot of units rather than upgrading right now. I can probably go on without force modernization for a bit, which would allow me to lock in, say, aesthetics or military research. Military research actually starts to put me ahead of the Mongols for actual research. We are close to native conquest becoming relevant if we can get the upgrades locked in for our units. Cavalry, melee, anti-cavalry, and ranged units. Tanks are not... I think tanks are not considered an industrial unit. I think they're considered a modern unit, but I'd have to check. Okay, let me back out without confirming. Do that mission. Check the Civilopedia. On tank. They are a modern era heavy cavalry unit, so I cannot get a production bonus on tanks based on that effect. I could get a production bonus on like line infantry, but it doesn't matter. So back to this policy change. Craftsman up here. I'm just gonna lock in veterancy. I know I'm building enough of those units right now that I can make use of that. I'm gonna park a line infantry right over here and just do this, and this guy is gonna leave. It's funny. Press gangs gives us that for industrial units. More oil per turn is pretty solid. Levy on mass is a very reasonable amount of savings. So checking the civics tree. I never realized opera and ballet was a dead end. I've always just grabbed it, but I'm often doing work on cultural Vic, and I like the fact that it's 2 envoys. We need to rush ideology so that we can get into fascism. And I would not generally endorse fascism, but this is a game. All right. Have our supremely ridiculous artillery army, 97 bombard strength, which is going to start pulverizing Zanzibar. Need to have one of these cities put out a settler. Probably Quatapuza. It also needs to do that. Probably not worry about the amphitheater for a while. Ugh, okay, it's got a lot of stuff to do. We're going to do it in Ulundi instead. Ulundi can make settlers very, very quickly. Yeah, he got bombarded. Whatever. We stole nanotechnology. Okay. So I just need to step these guys close enough to get a view on Zanzibar. And as long as I have that view, I can bombard it from 3 tiles away with artillery. We're going to steal technology really, really well. I'm going to have this unit scooch back. Oh, what? Kupe has the flat earther agenda. He's anti-science. Okay, they've got a line infantry army here in Zanzibar. I have to be very cautious about that. Okay, I want to link up a railroad that leads to Knossos. Keep bombarding Zanzibar. I want to move this pike and shot army back. Learn about rocketry. Building a railroad there. This caravel should keep exploring. Seems like they found a bunch of barbarians. I think we'll be able to delay Catherine by declaring war on her later and pillaging her coastline. Whether or not we go into a full-fledged war. We'll have to think about that. Build barracks in Athens. Okay. Knossos is going to build us a tank. We have now explored more effectively than Kupe. She doesn't appreciate. Okay, Fez went back to being a city-state for... Probably for these guys over here. Just get vision on this so that we can bombard. And then we want these guys to take a step away. They're a little less subject to receiving bombardment as a reply. And these guys, I'm going to move them into position and just have them fortify. Keep building that up. Keep mopping those up. I'm going to have this privateer return to my coastline so that he can be upgraded to a submarine. Because that is how it goes. Pirates just turn into submariners if you hang on to them long enough. Okay. Over here. Yeah, just build up that. Let's see. What else needs to be done? I'm going to move him over here so we can build that oil well, because we'll have plastics next turn. And then we will have pretty good access to oil from that point on. I'm going to build the seaport here. We're using a lot of range tiles. This area. Okay. Pharsalos, despite being occupied, is going to make us a tank. Yeah, as expected, we're going to be taking heavy damage on any of the units hanging out in the vicinity of Zanzibar. Huh, just triggered a religious emergency.
Nothing on this earth.
Yeah, plastics is an atomic era technology, so we get a little bit of a bump from that. Okay, so we're going to have difficulty holding loyalty if we try to settle near the Matterhorn. But it looks like I can still pull off a settle over there. And Zanzibar's walls are no more. And this cavalry is going to just retreat. And that movement didn't pan out because I don't know why. The game lied to me. Just have these guys dedicated explorers for a bit until they need to do something. Okay, synthetic materials could give us access to geothermal plants, which is possibly quite powerful, but I think I don't actually have that many geothermal fissures in my border. I think I'm close to it because there are 2 geothermal vents in Wolin, but I don't actually have any. So I think we need to get replaceable parts followed up by chemistry. Flight is also pretty crazy strong, as one might suggest, because we can start using biplanes to bombard. So we've got a lot of military techs to pick up, basically. Alundi. I'm not going to worry about putting out another settler. We need to just build military right now. So Alundi is going to build a tank army. And we're just going to start marching tech columns in on Mongolia.
The industrial heart of Germany.
There's Ruhr Valley.
When they are preparing for war, those...
And that has apparently gotten me an advancement on flight, which comes from building a late era wonder. I'm going to move another unit in for visibility, and we're going to continue hammering Zanzibar. Zanzibar itself can no longer perform bombardment because its walls are fully destroyed. Ondini can build things really fast. I'm gonna have them build a line infantry army, which takes them only one more turn than building a line infantry, because production in Ondini is just absolutely crazy. Sparta here actually needs a neighborhood if possible. Not only is this a +4 neighborhood, but it counts for a half adjacency bonus for each of those tiles. It's pretty handy. Armory in Athens. Library in Pergamon. I have forgotten to reassign Pingala. That's really, really bad. We want to assign Pingala to the city that is producing the most science. 19 from... Okay, it's 28 from Quadakuza. I got the message a long while ago that he had recovered from being neutralized, but I forgot to reassign him on that turn. So that's pretty bad. We've been losing out on a lot of free science for a while. We're still 50 science per turn behind Genghis Khan because he's repaired some of the stuff that I broke. Submarines. I want for Francis Drake to examine this border I've got with Coupe. Now, I could have switched targets a while ago and tried to take out Coupe cities. It's not that hard for me to do.
Economics is a subject.
But I didn't do that. I have been stubborn, which is probably costing me a good bit. And with that, I think I can... Nope, not quite, not quite. Well. Looks like one more turn and I'll be able to conquer Zanzibar, regardless of who's standing in there. Just by virtue of artillery being pretty crazy. If I can field more artillery, I should be able to bombard down his other cities as well. And I can take Urumqi and Quar. Or Quire? I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. It'll also help if I can get tanks out. Hey there, buddy.
Impressionnant.
Kudos for using spies. Thank you. Mongolia has learned about rock and roll. Let's see. Looks like we don't have a road to Argos. Let's get a railroad going to Argos. Boom. Boom. Hello. Take that out. I will keep the city of Zanzibar, which was actually originally a city-state. Okay, great general for me. Good stuff. Get up another archaeological museum. A lot of those. Actually, let's get up, instead, an artillery army. Papanego, build a stock exchange. We've got a lot of stuff to fix here. Yeah, some pillaging happened. Some pillaging certainly happened. I'm going to sit on those envoys. I'm going to pull in the... I could pull in tax collector, but I might need... Yeah, let's actually start upgrading Victor, the Castellan. And we'll plant him in Zanzibar for now. Now, Zanzibar, I don't have to deal with an occupation penalty because it didn't belong to Genghis Khan originally. So I've conquered it from Zanzibar, so I don't have to deal with as much loyalty pressure as I normally would. It'd be really good to blow up this galley. I'm gonna run down this galley, and we'll pull out a builder here to start harvesting these crabs for more yields. Oh, that is an expansionist taunt. So he is taunting me for not controlling enough land. I don't know what game he's watching. Okay. And then we take their builder, and we start repairing everything. We bombard their units from their own captured city. And we start handing out promotions. Ugh. Let's keep upgrading roads. I'm going to get this caravel back to friendly territory to heal. Should be over here. This guy, it doesn't matter much what he does at the moment. I'm going to send this guy over here to grab this freelance worker. Looks like he got captured by pirates who knows how long ago. Ah, I'm no longer getting a hilarious payday. Which is fine. Let's see. My provision is in Pharsalos, so trade with Pharsalos actually gives extra food. But it doesn't matter much for Ulundi. What I need to do in this case is actually transfer to Kangela, and we're going to use internal trading to speed up the development of those cities. And we're going to accept those deals because they snap up huge amounts of gold from those players, which might kind of paralyze them in their usual decisions in exchange for just fixing some amenities problems they might be facing. Okay. Ironclad will take that. This is a good chance for them to link up into an escort formation. Military Academy in Athens. This guy is just going to keep repairing stuff. He's going to be on that job for a while. Link up over here. We can actually move to post up this artillery inside of this location, and from here they'll be able to bombard Urumqi. Okay, we've railroaded up almost everything we need to. I'm going to send this unit over land, ideally. Let's see which route he takes. We're going to send him over land to Pharsalos. That +5 food per turn is going to make that into a much better city much faster. Settler is in place. Oh, Genghis Khan possesses aluminum. He's got the technology for it and the ability to harvest it. Well, not only the ability to harvest it, he is harvesting aluminum somewhere. He's still got quite a lot of cities and a lot of space. Just kind of trying to arm wrestle him down. Learned about rocketry from him. Okay. Just wanted to go deeper in there to get a look. These guys are actually just gonna kind of hole up here for a long time while we start bombarding this and fixing things. Got an upgrade here. Quartermaster. That's going to make him into our defensive unit. Okay, here in Ondini. Need to build the next thing. So I've got an artillery army coming out there. I've got a tank army coming out there. I just put out a line infantry army. Let's see. Spec Ops are reconnaissance. They can move very quickly. A Spec Ops army is range strength 82. That is maybe enough to be useful. Almost. Shot army, not worth building. Might be a good idea to have a supply convoy out. Gives +1 movement to everything within their radius. That could help me a lot. Let's get one of those ready. And then as for this, not a lot of work left to do. I'm going to have him build a railroad to Pergamon. We found a city on Arctica. And we get to build an offshore oil rig. We're going to purchase a monument and granary right off the bat. And then we're going to have this place start work on a harbor. Pretty routine stuff for overseas developments. We need this to grow before it has to worry about loyalty pressure. Joint war on Mansa Musa. I don't think I care for this. I don't want to be at war with more people than necessary. Mansa Musa has not denounced me, and my yields are better than his. Neither Basil nor Mansa Musa are going to win the game before I do. Ah, this can turn into a full-blown infantry now. These will also be able to, but I'll need to wait a moment to have more money. This guy probably needs to get down here to harvest this oil. Let's see. Either build a stock exchange here, or perhaps an Akonda. Throw down another Akonda. Get some effective science out of these. They're pretty useful. This is an ordinary tank, a single tank. I've got 9 oil per turn, so I can field about 7 more oil-consuming units. Armies, I believe, take 2 oil to maintain. I think I need a builder out over here, actually. And here in Pergamon, we'll build a university. Here, steal more tech boosts. It's usually the best thing you can do with scientists. It's you generally want to be either stealing tech boosts if you can, or if you can't manage tech boosts, it's fine to go for that's the power of railroads, by the way. We just railroad a tank on up there. No time flat. Want the extra oil there. So I could put these submarines on alert. But I think what I want to do is just wrap around and start mucking with his western coast. That is a kudos for having a strong military. I don't currently have the strongest military in the world, not anymore. I lost too many units for that. We're going to try and get this ironclad. Okay, so I can't get through Kupe's territory. I think. Maybe I can. Okay, fire started. Got it. This line infantry is going to hang out until they can upgrade to infantry. That just kicks his rock band back a little bit. Doesn't do much else. Move this tank up and use it for pillaging a while. Make sure there's a railroad to Ondini. I don't remember if I did that already. Railroads are very cheap. They don't take extra upkeep or anything. You just need to use iron and coal to build them. I'm accumulating so much coal, it doesn't matter. I'm not even consuming really a relevant amount of coal for the sake of power. And here, get up another oil rig. No, I'm not giving you oil. That might enable you to do something warlike.
The effect of the mass media is not to elicit belief.
The effect of war weariness on our cities should be pretty substantial. So we're going to begin some glorious propaganda. Glory to Arstotzka. This unit's going to have to move back. But I'm going to keep up my vision on Urumqi. Let's see. I'm going to promote this for the garrison commander effect. That's it for that railroad. Good stuff. I told you to move here. Hear that? Ah, well. That's a tad redundant. Can't buy that, so that unit's just going to sit.
Apart from the sanity.
Okay, first neighborhood. Little bit of pillaging. Yeah, that one got fully repaired, so we're gonna start to fix that. You guys have enough military strength to succeed the capture next turn. And our tank army is ready to march. Or drive. Whichever one. Fishing boats. Ready to go. This guy's going to come through here. Keep building railroad on the far side. I'm going to have him link up with Ephesus. Is it Ephesus or Ephesus? I guess it doesn't matter much. Oh, the Venetian arsenal is very powerful. If we want to conduct some... well, it's not normally very powerful, but it's pretty good in this case. We build an archaeologist, though. We have a lot of archaeology. I recall that there were something like 13 archaeological sites. We're at -4 amenities in Sparta. That is kind of crushing. These guys are not happy. But I don't really have much of a way to get them more. They are within range of the amenities bonus from the entertainment district in Quatacuza. Yeah, so that is what that is. Okay, this is possibly a compelling joint war. I will actually... I have to give him oil for this. And money. No. That's compelling. He's kind of offering mercenary work to me there. Catherine is a threat this game. And I need to be mindful of that. But I think that I'll be able to stay ahead of her far enough. I think I'll be able to stay far enough ahead of her on a science victory that I can win on science before she threatens to win on culture. Culture victories are pretty slow anyway. Okay. This tank is going to pull back here to get repaired. Laying these railroads. Ah, and we've got the supply convoy already. Move it up here, link it up with that infantry unit. And this tank is ready to go. We could actually use more housing here. So build a sewer. I see Ondini also has an amenities problem. Barracks here. It's kind of funny to think that a stable helps you build tanks, but it does. Okay, Mongolia's gotten access to AT crews. Okay, we don't actually need more than vision over there. That tank cannot capture that, so we'll just capture it here. And we're keeping it. Okay, so I've got 3 range to try and bombard Choir. Can I bombard through mountains with artillery? Yes, I can. That is nuts. I'll pass on that Great Merchant. That's not a good one for me. Link that supply convoy to this infantry army. And they're going to start marching up. Builder continues to repair. Despite the bonus strength for an AT crew, they're still not really that much stronger. Let's get those built. this. 227. I want to build a Tour de Belém. It's going to give me free buildings in a few places, so I'm going to go ahead and try building that. Here in Urumqi, we're going to go for a monument and repair the granary and watermill. Almost took out the tank. But if you can't take that tank out, definitely keep the pressure on. Ooh, that's a hurricane. Category 4, no less. Alright. Just going to move these tanks back over here. Give them a promotion. This infantry army will finish off that unit. And this artillery army can begin bombarding your next city. From a frankly terrifying distance. Let's see. Babanego's got low housing, so we'll build a sewer. Corinth. Oh, I have room for a trader. We'll build a trader. Argos. Probably be Navy units, right? Yeah. I haven't learned about flight yet. Flight is next, so probably a battleship then. Battleships are pretty strong bombardment units. Here in Knossos. Not very many good options. I've already got a builder going to grab that. I'm going to have them build up a field cannon army, even if it takes a long time, and that unit's going to be obsolete by the time they finish anyway. Repair the outer defenses in Zanzibar. And let's see. Okay, so this tank is all good. I'm going to continue, or rather resume, harassment of Karakorum. Get a railroad up there. Build you to gather some fish. Finish some railroads for me. So most of the grievances that existed across the rest of the world with me are now done because the Greeks are gone, and they're the ones who held those grievances. So, you know, nobody's alive to complain anymore. I could probably get away with this right now, so I will. I need to keep up with her to some extent in terms of... to some extent, I need to keep up with her on culture. Okay, this nuclear sub is pretty dangerous to my artillery's performance. Let's see. Well, if we can't move any further back than that, might as well get the pillage done. Then back. I don't currently have the upgrading policy available to me. That is probably a miscalculation. Let's get that going. These guys need to be repaired. Okay, let's see. Take the strength versus naval. We're going to need to start using that. I'd like to get another artillery army up. We can produce them very quickly in Ondini. We'll start work on research labs to put our science up where it needs to be. Supply convoy is able to get out of there. The infantry army is probably screwed. Let's see, I'll have him finish a railroad to Ulundi and then out to here, and then probably also back down to Hattusa from there. And after that, basically everything in our entire little empire is going to have a railroad network. Yep, there he goes. Okay, he's got 2 nuclear subs in this vicinity. Learned about satellites. All right. If I move this infantry army, then the artillery army can hang out here and bombard these nuclear subs. Okay, I'm just going to hold the border down for a moment. And I actually need this worker to get back over here to start on some repairs. I'm going to move one of you guys into choir. Let's see, as for you, move up to Pharsalos and get a railroad to Zanzibar. Move over here and actually harvest out this fish. Because I'm not actually able to put a guy out on that fish. It's too far away. Repair the library and the bank. I have a lot of messages. I'm not suzerain of Kumasi. I am suzerain of Kumasi. So, you're wrong. Okay, let's see. Genghis Khan now has a higher military strength than I do. I think part of that has to do with his nuclear submarines. I don't even know how to make nuclear submarines.
For once you have tasted flight.
But now, we are going to start utilizing planes against him. And we'll see how he deals with that. Yeah, because these are naval raiders, I can't really attack them from far away unless... I can't attack them from far away unless I have a unit that's closer by. I don't remember the exact rules on it. Keep bombarding his other stuff. Get over here and build up on that copper. There's destroyers and aircraft carriers as an option. Need access to rocketry if I'm going to try to win on science. It being turn 231, I could probably still win on domination by the virtue of the fact that as I act aggressively against enemies, starting with the strongest, none of them are going to be able to pull off a victory condition while I'm killing them. Okay, sounds like he's got planes. We knew he was going to get that, because his tech has been higher than mine. And Coupe has joined the war.
Ideas lead to ideology, lead to policies that lead to actions.
Okay, so we've got some changes to make because we've now got access to 5-year plan, which combines some kind of important options that we had to make use of. We're going to throw back on the force modernization, so we need that. We're going to stop using total war for now, because I don't have a lot that I can pillage at the moment. Economic union's worth about 20. Care about gunboat diplomacy or colonial taxes. I can never make siege any faster or cheaper, and that's one of the strongest things I can use. Levy en masse doesn't look like it's going to be a winner for me right now. I think we want to go for military research here for an extra plus 20 science. Yeah, do that. Yeah. How's the World Fairs going, right? By the way, I'm winning. Cool. That's going to get me some great people points. It's pretty handy. All right. We have another artillery army at the ready. Let's get ready to use that. You're gone. Pillage some science, mess up his spec ops. And we're starting to we're going to start attacking districts with tanks and things like that. I believe we have the resources to do so. I do need to poise some units to be ready to interfere with Coupe. Move him to Ephesus. I'm going to use internal trading with Ulundi at each of these places that have broken trade routes for the extra production. It's going to be basically everywhere. We're more or less going to stop having external trade. Build up an airstrip. Start pulling relics out of the ground. Get my lights turned back on. Keep turning off. Okay. And we're going to research totalitarianism, which is about as strong as it is sinister. Kind of a big deal. I'm going to build an aerodrome here in Corinth. And we're going to start building these in a couple places. I'll make some vague determinations as I go, as far as where we're going to put them. I'm also going to start needing anti-air guns and biplanes. You need to have an aerodrome or an airstrip to be able to build flying units at all. And in order to oppose flying units, you need to have flying units that are nearby. Either flying units that are nearby or an anti-air score. And only sufficiently advanced units have an anti-air score at all. Okay. Yeah, Cuirassor, isn't that funny? I've got tanks. Take the promotion on him. Keep breaking down this district. And I'm going to move the tank in behind your other stuff. I didn't know that military engineers could handle repairs, but I just saw that option. That's handy. Build up another spy. Ironclad is what we get for now, but we'll have to make that a more substantial unit before we can put it to good use. Oh, we got access to another great person. Well, I'm going to start demonstrating to this man the consequences of declaring war on me. So long as we pulled adjacent to that submarine, we can finish it off.
Radio is the
Got aluminum right here. And right here. And this is already a mine, right? Yeah, looks like I'm already accruing aluminum. Good. Okay. Atomic and information era. Artillery is what type of unit, actually? John Monash is modern and atomic. Artillery is a modern era. So John Monash does cover the artillery. I think I can use Dwight Eisenhower for his retirement benefit. 5% production across my entire civilization towards military units. Which is a small bump, but it's handy. It's widely applicable, so there you go. I'm going to build an aerodrome here. Military Academy. We've got a lot of military academies. Oh, he was able to take out 2 units over there. It's difficult to keep track of these AT crews that he's popping. Okay, let's go ahead and get harvesting that aluminum. Yeah, this artillery, because it's sufficiently promoted, has an attack range of 3 and doesn't get blocked by this mountain. This artillery does get blocked by that mountain. Keep on pillaging, do that damage. Pillage that, and we'll take a step back to stop getting bombarded. Access to broadcast centers if ever we needed them. We don't really. Okay, rocketry. We find out about rocketry next turn, and then we can start building a spaceport. We want a spaceport most in Ondini. Aerodrome in Sparta. Okay, got a mask. All right. So, got a submarine coming on in. Submarine fleet, no less. Got a a battleship there that I'll have to be cautious of. Make that into an AT crew. I need to make sure Napoleon's benefit is hitting this infantry army, because they're going to be under fire. That's okay. Thank you for the great work of writing. Do some things in.
Rocket science has only the mob and the elite.
And now we adopt fascism. Military tradition. Access to the third alternative. Let's see. And we'll probably want to use martial law, which will reduce our war weariness even further. So with propaganda, martial law, and the fascistic government, our war weariness is reduced by about 65%. Learned a bit about computers. I'm having a modern government. I was the first in the world to adopt a Tier 3 government. It's like these submarines probably want to do me harm. There's that battleship, too. Nix the battleship, first of all. And start putting in some damage there. Move that tank out of the way. And I can't actually manage to get this unit back out of here, so we'll just take out some of your stuff. Get access to destroyers, an additional spy, as well as drones. I need access to anti-air guns. Okay. No, we're not going to use suffrage or class struggle. Capitalism doesn't do much for us, and neither does conservation. Want to get up towards rapid deployment so that we can get the military first policy. We need a spaceport in Ondini. Takes 20 turns to build, even with 77 production. Spaceports and space projects are really crazy. And rightly so. They win you the game, so, you know, it's a big deal. Here, we're going to build a university. Okay, let's see. Yeah, his strength relative to mine is a lot. But I'm beating him in science now. I'm now ahead of the world in science. Wow, okay. He was able to blow that up really fast. Oh, he's at the Galapagos Islands over there. You know. What? Don't do that! I see why that happened now. No thank you. Going to load the most recent autosave because I'm not in the mood to lose a level 5 army siege unit because the game had a weird input thing happen where it told me I could attack a unit and then decided to move my unit out instead.
Frontiers of discovery expand our understanding, from the tiny atom to the majesty of outer space.
Yeah.
Mysteries long tolerated.
I don't want to reload on intentional decisions. If I make a mistake, if I lose units because I was sloppy in terms of my combat management, I don't want to reload over that. But that does not feel legitimate.
The natural.
Yeah, found the Galapagos. This, my lights cut out again. Unit up over here, and you. Yeah, you cannot make a ranged attack because you cannot see. I'm going to use a trick instead. We're going to have Napoleon step out here. Now I can make the attack. Keep just one light on and see if it holds up longer. And then Napoleon can actually come back onto land because he's immune to bombardment. Grab Linguist. First Master Spy. Good stuff. Okay. It takes so long to get a naval unit over onto this coastline. Choose a barbarian artifact. Okay. No aluminum for you. All the aluminum is for me. I actually need to stockpile a heck of a lot of aluminum for space race reasons. I don't have much more for this guy to do. Have him head on back, maybe? So again, play this trick. We have Napoleon step out here, and now we can bombard the nuclear sub. Take out that AT crew. Steal more tech boosts. As I am now producing more tech than he is, but I'm still behind. Pretty sure. I think I will be for a while. Okay, I've got access to a battleship now. Yeah, because there's no land passage over this way. And there probably won't be unless a couple of tiles flood. Research lab up, running. You need to repair your outer defenses. So an observation balloon is 960. So they're gone. Stuff. Learned about suffrage and environmentalism. I won 100 great person points from succeeding in the World's Fair. It's the first time I've ever won in the World's Fair, actually. So I want you actually to counter-spy Lundy, protect from the government plaza. Really? Just stop embarrassing yourself. It's AT crew. It's gonna get redeploy. Movement should be very valuable at this point. Mark this. Okay. So my submarine fleet is only slightly stronger than his nuclear subs. And that is relying on a whole bunch of crap. It still can't fire off attacks unless adjacent anyway. I thought I had a submarine that I had put to sleep over here, but maybe not. Oh, I've got a lot of great people. This one lets you buy a wonder, basically. I'm going to take Mary Catherine Goddard. Actually, I think I just get all of these. I think the 100 great person points are just kind of spread across. So, better visibility on all other nations. She's going to start making paintings. Yeah, we're going to build the War Department. Okay. I'm just going to have him sleep. Short on amenities all over the place. Despite my reductions to war exhaustion, they're still very exhausted. Okay, he got popped. Oh, I actually managed to get some diplomatic favor. That's insane. Let's see. Just gonna go with the city center because they almost always choose the city center and see what happens. I'm gonna keep downvoting Catherine until they decide that's a good idea, and I might actually be able to take this because they never care about that benefit. Oh, hey Sully, how's it going? I'm continuing that game from the other day. Okay. That got finished. Cool. Keep up a listening post in Karakorum. Keep making paintings. See, the housing is at its limits here, so I'm going to build a medieval sewers, but not medieval walls. And here I'm going to build our first biplane. I'll build a hangar afterwards. Here I'll build a hangar, and then I'll build a biplane. Why not? Build an observation balloon out of Athens. Research lab here in Knossos. Let's see. This place is full up on housing right now. Lighthouse gives +2. I'm going to move these naval units north so they can get ready to harass Quebec. Okay, let's see. All right, so we've taken out the district. With that fleet of nuclear subs, still going to have a lot of trouble trying to impact Choir. Somebody built the Panama Canal. Way to go, them. Okay, yeah, so we just had aerial units bombard there as well. Oh, this AT crew can't... Okay, I was very confused. Like, what's going on? Move them back to fortify. Fortify this unit as well. And that's kind of an official stalemate unless I get more melee units on the field. So I think almost all the melee units I fielded over there have just gotten blown up. Okay, let's see. The AI likes to put out a lot of AT crews because they don't require a fancy unit. It's like a meaningless exchange, so get out of here. Yeah, they're gonna keep kind of flight buzzing us.
Aim for the moon.
And now we can get the units to start putting a stop to that. Lumber mills here to make these areas more productive. Okay. Anti-air gun is almost 2,000 gold. It's pretty far off. Have to build it the hard way. I don't know how far into our territory his intel goes. Machine gun going. It might be possible that if we just take 1 or 2 steps back, he might not be able to bombard us anymore. Helicopters are light cavalry. I don't currently have any light cavalry on the field. Rocket artillery and mobile SAMs is very good. We also need to get aerial units of our own field. Let's go for a coal power plant. Theoretically, a powerful amount of production. That going. You can only build aerodromes on flat land, but we can build one there. Get out the lighthouse in Nobamba. We don't actually need to railroad that up. So if this unit's going to build anything, it should be maybe a farm, but I can do the repairs on that. There. Get this observation balloon up so that I can link it with... link it with my artillery. Generally speaking, for the point in the game I'm in, I really don't have enough money. Okay, let's see. Let's take one of your units. I happen to be in town. Ironclad fleet. Bears up on that. Now we can bombard Choir from Arumi. Keep stealing more boosts. Because this unit has an attack range of 4 while it is within the observation balloon's radius. Oh, I think I actually goofed on my placement with the spy. Okay, that is first flying unit. It's less effective against range units. It's less effective against ground units, so we'll link that up. Now this guy is only going to have a range of about 3. Have him rest. It is interesting that they have a health bar. Just gonna shove off there. Okay, so this ironclad fleet about to show up on this. Yeah, that's basically everything kind of paired up. Get a zoo up here to help with some amenities problems in a lot of my cities. And -3 amenities over here. This is rough. Let's see about getting up an entertainment complex over here. Probably afford to lose this farm tile. Yep. 5 envoys to work with. What do we want to do with this? So, full housing from water. This unit to convert. None of these are actually applicable, but we've got research labs up and coming, so I'll get the bonus from Fez. As expected, he moved up a zillion nuclear subs and blew up that artillery.
From Stettin in the Baltic to Trieste in the Adriatic, an iron curtain has descended across the continent.
Okay. Vote this unit to defend better against ranged attacks. It's going to be a lot of bombardment there. Let's see. The ironclad fleet is at 80. Mongo's at 70 if I wanted to go there and try something. We're just going to move around and pillage a lot of stuff. Okay, so... I can range attack another one of these nuclear subs out of existence. Very good. I think the biplane gives me better visibility on subs. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's got fighters instead of just biplanes. We need to get into Space Race for the integrated space cell. Somebody is coming at us with rock music now. Thank you, and keep getting that money. More cash. Cool. Now I've got a fighter too. Steel Tech Boost Inquire is no longer valid. That should mean that I have learned the last technology that Genghis Khan had over me. Okay, we're going to learn to launch the moon landing. Let's see. Inulundi. It's going to be a spy. Need more spies. Let's see. I'm gonna try to sabotage his industrial zone here. He's got so many units hanging out there, man. It's crazy. Looks like we've got the Golden Gate Bridge up over here. To 45. We're gonna get a sewer up. Research lab if it only takes 5 turns. Also a research lab. We want to promote enough to get up to Air Defense Initiative. Although we're also going to need Space Initiative on Pingala. So we might have to swap him over to Ondini for that, because Ondini's got our high production. Keep that going. That's another harbor, right? It's a water park that is under construction. Okay. Misunderstood. Yeah, he's really looking to build up a lot of intel here. So, I can start trying to perform air attacks. Including on the city. But it's less effective against fortifications. Well, looks like that pans out decently well. I can still kick those rock bands back out. I don't have the policy to ban rock music. Gained access to 2 great people. Actually producing a pretty crazy amount of great people. A hangar. Yeah, bombers have a bombard strength of 110, which is pretty wild. They can't turn into armies though. So that is what you get. It's gonna sit there. I actually need to get just more ground units in here. Okay, let's get that one over to work on that. I figured out Schrodinger. Taught me about 3 tech Eurekas. Okay, I have enough cash to make some kind of purchase. Piercing this, like, dense cluster of units is going to be really, really difficult, even if I can bombard down a lot of his power. It's the two nuclear submarines that are the biggest problem. And I don't really have a great means of removing them, I don't think. Alright, let's see. So that tells me I should probably be focusing my efforts over here more so. So... let's purchase an infantry army. And we'll have it run up out over here and start attacking the Maori. That unit took a lot of bombardment damage because I kind of posted up between a lot of cities. Okay, I'm going into a Dark Age atomic era, unfortunately. I was not paying attention to how soon my era was going to shift over. That over here. Put this unit back for repairs. Okay, the planes are able to take out the nuclear sub pretty capably. Gonna have to reassign Victor to Urumqi. And that's not quite enough. And it looks like I'm also losing loyalty in Nobamba. Move Magnus over to Nobamba to fix that. We go with to arms. I'm gonna have this machine gun head over here. And if he wants his infantry to charge a machine gun, they can go ahead and die. Emily Dickinson.
A bird came down.
Works of writing. If I build another wonder with a great engineer, it would probably be that big research facility you can get down here in the cold. I forget the name of it. Could also maybe build like the biosphere or something. I need to purchase more luxuries, probably. I think not purchasing luxuries for a while might be why I'm suffering so much in terms of my amenities. Okay, so if I take out his nuclear subs with this fighter, and I can bombard his city down, I might be able to come in with kind of a basic unit. And finish it off.
Right now, there are 31 satellites,
satellites.
zipping around the world.
Okay, so 675 to make that upgrade. Don't have it right now. Let's see, district defenses. Yeah, we really want that. Take on that pillage, take that. And pillage this so that I start to have proper amount of gold. Okay, he shifted around his nuclear submarines. I'm just going to post these guys here to blockade that.
Success is counted.
It's hilarious that that was faster. Get rocket artillery and mobile SAMs. This could be a bit of a game changer. Yeah, still going to keep bombarding from a hilarious distance. We'll move these guys back so they can stay healthy. I think fielding some bombers would do us some good. Submarine down. All right. We're going to build our first mountain tunnel. I often forget that that is a relevant little option. Start pressing in on that. And we can actually upgrade here because we're the suzerain. You can build railroads even in enemy territory. Put him to sleep over there. It's okay. Those are some pretty crummy neighborhoods. All right, let's see. Do we need a spaceport here, Guadacuza? Probably. That is a really, really far-off spaceport, but it's still going to be finished at a relevant time. You generally want anything like a spaceport, you want to try and have it done before turn 270 or so. If you cannot make your space race victory before turn 300, it's a bit slow. Now, as is, we're going to clock in ahead of that. And we're doing a bit of a hybrid victory because we're slowing other people down by, you know, blowing them up and taking their stuff. If Catherine's science was over 200, I would be trying to cross the sea to punch her. Mansa Musa is actually a little worrying. Let's see. Mongolia is leading me by 3 technologies. Mansa Musa is behind me by 4 technologies. Okay. I don't want to build a spaceport that can be flooded. I'm going to build a bomber over here. I can use that to take more cities. Okay, don't need to. Versus non-cavalry, and then versus cavalry, versus bomber class, drop tanks for longer range. Okay. Just gonna keep kind of messing up his units. Got with my great admirals here. Great privateer, don't need that. What the? That was a visual bug. I can retire her to make this battleship more impressive. This This mechanized infantry is now about strong enough to just kind of mess things up all on its own. And this is a freebie. It's just kind of something thrown at me for no reason. Looks like we just got a promotion there on that unit.
With the GPS on the way home.
Okay. Here in Alundi, we're going to continue to counter spy. Actually, we haven't. This is a new unit. So we're going to send him over to, I think, it's in Karakorum, Karakoto. Yeah, I've got some really hilarious range going on. I think that artillery unit currently it's got 4 range because it's paired with an observation balloon, and it's got like maximal promotions. Well, close to him anyway. But what does this guy think he's doing coming over here? Start promoting these. So I think I want to move this guy over to Karakorum because I think Karakorum has a neighborhood. No, it doesn't. There's no neighborhood on either of these areas, so I can't. You can't recruit partisans unless they have a neighborhood. So you can't hire terrorists. Tortoise promotion. Keep up bombardment there. Just gonna slam into this pretty hard right now. Okay, so I sabotaged his buildings over here, which is pretty good. He's got a lot of AT crews coming in. I think he might make a forward push. His military strength is rated at 1243. The AI is oftentimes more than happy to just create free units for itself. Oh, a 50% flanking bonus to all land units. That's interesting. We're just going to retire him right away. So it appears to me that he's not... Okay, he's building a spaceport in his capital city. So he's theoretically looking to hybridize his options. I need more mechanized infantry out on the board. Did the game just crash? It's lagging up pretty hard. Oh, there it goes. All right, well, let's see. We were beyond turn 250 or so. It is pretty late at night to the extent that I'm not going to look to pull it back up. The game autosaves really robustly, so we should have no problem loading up this game another time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be booting this up again a bit later. I think it's going to be a bit of a rough race to the finish, but I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat us on the space race condition. So I'm looking to probably clock in a successful space race. It's probably going to be out to something like turn 350. I'm not actually going very fast on tech relative to how fast you can possibly go. This war has also become some real like trenched in affairs. I don't know if I'm going to be able to accelerate my victory over the Mongols at any extent right now. It's just, he's got a lot of stuff, but we'll try it. Anywho, this has been Jupiter Exile. Thank you for watching. I hope we wander again soon. Good night.